Back it goes. Ow! I flipped it by mistake. I was coming to switch off the camera and I flipped this. We have cut our tomato, lemon and bitter gourd, and all of them are cut in a manner that you can still use. I mean, I'm eating the rest of the tomato. From lemon you can take out the lemon juice and then get the seeds aside. And I'm just surprised why there was reddishness inside with this bitter gourd. It's spoiled or maybe, but the seeds are fine and even the outer thing is fine. I'm going to just cook that. And now let's move to planting them. Okay, so few things about this. Firstly, don't worry about the white thing that you are seeing in my soil. It's nothing. These are thermocol balls. I had some dead saplings, so I just decided to mix, and it had a lot of thermocol balls inside. I've used just coco peat. The thing with coco peat is you'll see water collect on the top. And that is because the way water goes in coco peat is different than what it goes in soil. Basically, in coco peat, the coco peat absorbs water, it becomes wet, and then it passes on to the layer below, and like that. Unlike in soil, normally it just seeps through the tiny holes and gaps between the soil. So that's the small difference. But yes, we do have to water till it starts dripping from the bottom. After you put the seeds, you have to just put a small layer on the top and do pat them down. That way is your initial seed germination will have better root system. You might see your germination later because the root is able to go down. When you don't pat down, you are able to see it germinate faster, but it's not a good thing. So what happens is when the root comes out, the root should go in the soil. If the root is not able to go in the soil, what happens is it's try to push the seed up instead of root going down. That's why your seed might come up. And right now start with a very tiny layer of, very minimum layer of soil on the top of the seed. Because after it germinates, if we want to add, we'll add some more coco peat, right? So this was Kitchen 101 with Lazy Gardener. It seems like when I was shooting the initial part, I thought it looks like a cooking show. And what this weird combination of lemon with Karela and tomato. I mean, I'm sure there's some recipe with that, maybe if you make one. Yes. You see this coming out from bottom? So we have to water till it starts coming out from the bottom. And give me 1 second, I forgot my camera is all wet now. I have to wipe this. One more important thing, I forget this every time and Manoj reminds me. Where to keep these? I'm going to keep them near a window. And yeah, so basically they'll get just a couple of hours of sunlight, but not direct light, but it will have brightness. So even if the light is on, not on, they'll still get that kind of brightness but dampness. Right now the seeds are inside, so it really doesn't matter much. All we are trying to do is we are trying to prevent mold from coming, because we have to keep them wet and moist, and that's the only thing. Okay. So most of times you don't water because you feel it will create a mess, and that's why I like to keep it like this. You need to protect your seeds from ants. Sadly, we have to put something. So I did a mistake. I forgot totally about our microgreens. It's 9 o'clock now and I forgot about microgreens. Let's check on them. But before that, let's check the wheatgrass too. Yeah. So this is the situation with wheatgrass. Now I'll show you. Can you see this? This is the root going deep inside. And I can see another one here. I think this is doing well. Oh, we can see a lot more here. We can also see a green shoot here. With wheatgrass, I realized one thing. Because I was so apprehensive that I have soaked them too long, I didn't water enough in the beginning. Otherwise, had I just soaked wet the cocoa peat in the beginning itself, uh, this would have been better, and I wouldn't have had to water it from the top. Right now, my thought is actually to remove the napkin and just soak the cocoa peat wet. That's what I want to do, but I also don't want to give a wrong message about how it should be done. But I'll do that. So basically, this is a lesson. If you go wrong, what to do? Let's treat it like. So with wheatgrass, I think the only trick is you have to keep it wet, but still not over wetted at one time. Fungal infection is real for wheatgrass, and just having some air move around and things like that is going to help you a lot. So that's the wheatgrass. I'm getting the microgreens out now. They're absolutely dry. I totally forgot about them. So that's an issue. Not a single. And you know, this one, fenugreek normally just starts germinating in one day. So between you and me, we are going to pretend like this is day one. So we are day one. I'm going to water it now. And yeah, what can we do? Right? Give me 1 second. You're back with our favorite. This time we should water it much better. I'm going to water it 2 times, like let the water seep in once and then water it again. So had it germinated, if it would have germinated, I would have taken it out and put it along with the wheatgrass under the light. But since it has not germinated, I'm going to put it back inside. But the moment you see the first signs of germination, you can bring it out. Last time I told them you to keep it indoors in darkness for 3 days. While that works best, I think the judgment of exactly when to bring it out becomes tricky. And the other thing I found is if it is outside, you remember it. You don't forget to water it like me, huh? microgreens are the easiest, but I found so many people have really appreciated our videos and guidance on growing microgreens. So thank you for that. I'm thinking to grow amla tomorrow. I've never grown amla. My first time. So I don't think I'll be able to. So I think I'll be able to tell you something. If nothing, it will be a combined success of seeing nothing happen. Combined journey, I meant. Back it goes. Ow! I flipped it by mistake. I was coming to switch off the camera and I flipped this. And look at this. I have it all over me. So one thing, today at 9 we have this Instagram interview and chat with Summer Rain Oaks. On YouTube you can find her as Summer Rain Oaks, and on Instagram it's Homestead Brooklyn. Amazing person. She has 700 plants at her home and a lot of volunteering activities and great work she does. So do tune in at 9 p.m. on Instagram. So about tomorrow, let's do one thing. I have a lot of small plants which are not doing well. Especially because after I was doing it on live, I would take out plants and keep showing and things like that. Uh, I have snake plant lying outside the pot. Maranta too. I think that Maranta is done now. But yeah, so tomorrow I'll work on my money plants and other small pots. We'll work to fix them. And second, mental note, not to forget microgreens. Not to forget microgreens. Okay. See you. Take care. Bye bye.